Hello, Lions. My name is Tran, or as many of you guys know me, I'm the guy that yells, "Let's go!" at the general meetings, or the guy that overly uses the word Segoya. So, to give you a little what I did before, I was your sports chair for the past 2 semesters. And I think there's a misconception that I think I need to clear for many of our general members' mind as a sports chair, right? When you think as a sports chair, I think the first thing that comes in is, oh, all this guy does is he handles intramural sports. That is where I need to tell you that that is not exactly entirely true. As a sports chair, we were behind in the execution and planning of the amazing race and the camp trip we took about a month ago. I also have experience with leading my socials as well, as I did lead the Galentine dinner and the Winter Trail Lights. Lastly, the other wonderful sports chair, shout out to Tim and Jaylee, and I were the masterminds behind the very first tennis tournament in Lions history. So when you hear the term sports chair, I don't really think that all we really handle is intramural sports. And another thing about your boy is he enjoys indulging in the greater things of life that we kind of good stuff. That's some good stuff right there. So that's enough about what I did previously for the club and my hobbies. And I'm here to tell you why I'm running for membership director. See, my position has given me a very unique opportunity. Not only have I seen the social aspect of this committee, but I've also been heavily involved with the sports aspect. And specifically with the sports aspect, I had the ability to see the same general members 2 to 3 times a week due to practices and games. And with this, I felt it created an open environment which led to a family-like feeling. As I saw other people from other teams sign up for other sports, not necessarily because they were good at it. In fact, a lot of them were beginners. But I felt like they enjoyed the atmosphere and what we provided to them. And as the days and weeks gone by, I started to get to know the personalities of each and every one of my team. I stopped seeing them as teammates or people or players. And I started to get to know them as friends. For example, if it wasn't for my opportunity as a sports chair, I wouldn't have met this guy, Jason Dominguez over there. He's one of the most down-to-earth people you've ever had a chance to talk with. It just doesn't stop at him. As a coach, it's my interaction with my players and people that come out to watch. You all shape me for the better in the future. And there's no words that can tell you how thankful I am. And it's through these interactions that it taught me that, even though I think this is a cliche, every single one of you in this room, you all have a unique story and presence that could be added to this club, that can further push this club forward. And that's why I'm applying to be your director, because I know it takes time, effort, dedication to not only foster, but to maintain this environment to where you're consistently expressing your personalities to us. So if I am elected as your director, I'll be focusing on 2 things. One would be transparency. And what I mean by transparency is I have ideas that I wish that will shorten the gap between the officers and the general members. One of the ideas I do wish to implement is aiming towards our incoming freshmen, right? As we all know that feeling during that first month of going to school and loneliness and a new setting. I don't have a fancy name for it right now, but it's like a JCL, J2 consolidate where we meet up and we'll get dormitory food with them. And I know it's not that fabulous 4 for 4, but I think it'll get the job done. But personally, my goal for this is because this not only will this create a connection between these incoming freshmen and the club, but this is potentially their first friendships of their young college career. Another thing I want to work for is innovation, as I feel that we can work better how we use our social media, how we table. But more important for me is how we look and find newer events, as I felt a lot of the events this year were very recycled and very washed, and they kind of discouraged a lot of our older recurring members to come out as you already partaken in it before. As in, you can only go to Peter Pan mini golf so many times, right? There's a lot in Austin and UT we really underutilized. I felt that we could do a better job next year. And by hopefully using these tools better, we can attract y'all to come out to more of these events and partake it with us. Because personally for me, I've made a lot of close connections due to these socials, and I want to share it with you. And because my work on transparency and innovation, I wish to make this not feel like another service organization on campus, or something y'all put on your resume to brag that you did something with your college career. No, I have ambitions of making this club feel like it's your family, and anyone that signs up, you damn right belong in this family.
You talked a lot about sports and IM sports and whatnot, and the interactions and friendships you made with these sports, and how they were all really meaningful to you and to the people involved. What about for members who aren't interested in sports or who don't necessarily have the time to necessarily sign up for a team? How would you get them involved into the club and find them some experience?
Well, there's one thing I learned about college students is that through our socials, you can throw it all out there, but then they won't be active going. That's where our job is to come in as like members. We have to actively pursue those that aren't as interested in other things, right? We have to make it seem that we want you more than you want us. Like, it's easier for me to approach our club if you feel invited rather than you're forced to go in there and make friends. That's one thing I will implement. We will go after those that aren't interested in sports, and we'll find out what the differences are. We'll try to attract them to the other way or another, expose them to new things.
So obviously you spent, as you said, 2 semesters as the sports chair and membership committee. What do you think the biggest problems with going for this year, and how would you go about tackling it?
Definitely one thing we had a problem with was our recruiting. As y'all can tell, tabling is one of our best ways of getting people, but for me, I wish to go beyond tabling to recruit people, right? One of the things I was surprised we didn't do is like other clubs, it's such a simple idea. We're posting flyers all over campus and even West Campus, and I'm surprised we didn't even do that. Another thing that we could better utilize is just like how Socks for the Souls came to our organizations and told them what they're about. With Legacy and other committees, we have connections to other clubs, and we can send a spokesperson there to tell them what we're about, to try to recruit different people from different areas. And another thing is, especially during those interest meets, while we have all these potential people in our grasp, we can better utilize that time, such as after the interest meet is over, we could go get like ice cream or something, like just like those profit shares, but it'd be a lot more in a social term to get people to know what we're about, that we're just more than just, than just an alliance organization.
So like as a membership chair this year, like I know that's the most we have time like individual events, and some of us as a committee we plan together. So like next year, if you're like a director, like with your committee, where do you find the balance between planning events as a group and planning events individually as a chair?
That falls ultimately on how much time my chairs has, because I understand that they're also human beings. They also have like other things they need to do, such as with the sports, it's pretty time consuming for people, especially in the sports. Like you spend like 10 hours a week just on practices and games. But that's where we need to compromise with our fellow chairs, because everyone within the committee, you have to make sacrifices, right? Within your personal time, your personal needs for the greater of this club. It's just all about sacrifice and just trying to find that common ground in the middle.
Sometimes we can feel very passionate about something that we really care about and you have a certain idea. How will you make sure the more introverted people within your committee as a head, that they feel that they're being heard as well? It's not just the loud people who get their way, the extroverts who get their way, the introverted people. How will you make sure their voices are heard?
Well, that falls on the committee shoulders. First, we need to identify who these introverts are. As we'll take the time. Well, I will take the time to personally go Facebook stalk and see, how you really are. To see, that's the best way to know how someone is if you haven't met them, and see how social you are. And we will find who you are. And then those are the people I specifically want to personally have a direct contact to, because those are people that they surprise you when they do come out to events. They might have the greatest story to share.
So this year between treasury and membership, there was like some, I guess, lagging in communication, and so maybe there was, like for financial recaps and collecting dues from sports chairs, there was maybe like some accountability issues. Like, how do you, since you were a sports chair and there was times where we weren't able to communicate with you, how are you going to hold your chairs accountable?
Well, that's when it comes on to need to be. Well, first of all, I think we should have had was a meeting to where we met with Treasury to understand how financial recaps kind of work, because I don't know, like one time we sit down and you tell us. I guess the only thing I can say is you just got to sometimes sit down with the chairs and tell them, because that was a big problem, and I think it was an annoyance for y'all as well, because it ended up putting more work on y'all. So I think that's when I have to sit down and tell them that this is what we need to change from last year, because Treasury, they do already a lot for us, and we don't want to make your plates even more than it is.